So I'm bartending in my city right now at this little place, and I'm there, and this gentleman walks in, and he's probably in his 50s, I'd say. And he comes up to the bar, and he's already immediately like rushing up on me and like slightly aggressive sort of aura to him. And I'm like, yes, sir, can I help you? And he was like,
yeah, is something here?
and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And he was like,
Is something here?
and I was like, sir, I'm sorry, what? He was completely mumbling. Nothing he said made any form of sense. I could not understand him. And even my coworkers that were around me after he had left later on had told me that they didn't even understand what he was trying to say at all. Finally, he, after like only the second time of trying to tell me something, he just blows up. And he was like,
Can you even understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Can you even understand me?
okay, so right there is plenty. Like, at that moment in time, you are already being rude enough to me. Like, you're already passing, you know, what is necessary when it comes to a person not hearing you only twice. I was completely calm, completely professional. But that wasn't enough for him. So he looks at me and he says,
Do you even speak?
and then he stops. And my coworker, my white coworker, comes out of the kitchen and he turns around to her and he points his finger at her and he says,
Does she even speak English?
and then he turns back around to me.
Do you even speak English?
You guys, I was so baffled. I had no words at all. My cheeks got hot, my ears got hot, like everything got so hot because I was furious, like pissed. I have not been this mad in a while at a customer. And mind you, I'm the only black person in the entire building of where I work. There's no other person of color. I mean, there are some Hispanic people that work there in the kitchen, like in the back. But I'm the only one like out front, like interacting with people. And most of the people that come there are regulars. So they all kind of know each other. They all know the servers, things like that. So I just look at him and I say, sir, I do speak English. I just didn't understand you. And he goes, oh, well, all right then, blah, 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 blah. And there's a woman like sitting over here to the side and she's also getting a to-go order. And I saw her from my peripheral vision, like shaking her head. But at this point, like she's white. She could be agreeing with him at this point. I don't know. So I just kind of like ignore it or whatever. I get her to-go order and she's good to go. She leaves. So I'm still dealing with this guy and he shouts at me, well, I still want to get a to-go order. So I'm like, oh my God. So I take a deep breath. I go over there. I have my little pen and paper. I'm like, how can I help you, sir? And he looks at me and he's like,
I feel like we're not off to a good start.
and I was like, well, and then I stopped myself because I knew that if I said anything at all, it probably wouldn't work out for me because honestly, it's a lose-lose situation in this situation. Because if I stand up for myself and I get all mad or whatever, he's going to see me as ignorant. I'm giving him exactly what he wants as a woman of color, a person of color. He's expecting me. I know these kinds of people. He's expecting me to act ignorant. He's expecting me to get all riled up and behave in a way that he wants almost. And I could see it in his eyes. It was almost like he was antagonizing me, the way he was looking at me, like so intense. At the same time, if I don't stand up for myself, then he's not understanding that what he said is hurtful, it's degrading, it's racist. He's not getting the point. So I don't know. I just kind of stopped myself and I said, I'm sorry I didn't understand what you said earlier. What can I do for you? And just took it back to the problem at hand. What do you want to eat so you can get the fuck out of here? So he tells me what he wanted to eat. I write it down. Whatever. I get him his food. I come back out with the food. I give him his sack. And he's like, yeah, well, thanks. And sorry about earlier. Yeah, just sorry about earlier. And I was just like, yeah, well, I appreciate your apology. And he was like, and he didn't like the fact that I said I appreciate your apology. I always find that when they mess up or when they say something really, really rude or hateful, and then they apologize for it in a half-ass way, they hate it when you say, yeah, I appreciate your apology. Like, they hate that. Like, I don't know why. Like, it's almost like they're mad because you realize or you're sticking with what they did was wrong instead of faltering. Like,
no, it's okay. Like,
no, you're not going to get that from me right now. No, because it's not okay. I appreciate your apology because you do need to apologize for that. Because you were racist, condescending, degrading, rude, mean, a bully. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, what made you think that that was necessary? Like, I don't know. So anyway, I'm picking up the tickets because I was super busy at that point in time. I'm picking up all the tickets at the bar, and there's a woman's ticket that she had left. You know, after you like swipe a receipt, you give the receipt for the person to sign. Well, that's the receipt that was sitting there where the woman was. So I pick it up, and I'll show you guys. When I picked it up, she left me a note, and I don't know if you guys can read this, but it says, "Forget the asshole," with like a smiley face. And for me, that was enough. I thought that was super sweet. It put a smile on my face because I knew whenever she was sitting there shaking her head, it wasn't in agreement with him. It was because she thought what he was doing was messed up, which was so relieving for me because there were so many people around to hear this happening, you guys. Like a whole bar, like at least 4 or 5 different people around to hear this guy talking to me like that. And nobody said anything. Nobody said a word. And if it were me and I saw that happening to somebody else, then I would have stepped in and said something like, dude, calm down, or like, it's not that serious, or hey, whoa, you don't need to go that far. You know, I would have said something like, why the hell would I work behind the bar if I didn't speak English? Think about that. I'm pretty sure if it were a white girl behind the bar, he would not have asked her if she spoke English. And not even asked me directly the first time, asked a coworker if I spoke English. Like how condescending, how much more condescending could that possibly get? So yeah, I thought literally that nobody even cared because it was all a bar of white people. You know, I thought they didn't care at all. You know, we're just going to go about their business. But the fact that that woman acknowledged the fact that that was messed up was enough for me. But that is not all that this woman did. I literally think of this woman like as a hero because my manager had mentioned that when she left, she was sitting and leaning up against her truck for a long time and she was wondering what she was doing. So when it was calmed down and everything, you know, was smoother and people were leaving, she pulled out the security footage. Now, we don't have any audio on our security footage, but we have a super clear picture. And it showed this woman waiting outside of her truck, like leaning up against her truck, scrolling on her phone. And she was waiting, you guys. She was waiting on that guy to come out with his food so she could confront him. And you see on the security footage, you watch him walk out of the restaurant towards his car, and she immediately comes rushing up on him. So quick. And like I said, you can't hear the audio, so you don't know what was said, which sucks because I wish so bad that I knew what she said to him. But all I could see was just her wagging her finger at him and like leaning in and like shouting at him. And I could see him like leaning in, like pointing at her and like shouting at her or whatever. But she just like kept going. I have no idea what she was saying to him, but this woman just laid into him, and he gets into his car, she gets into her car, and they both just leave. I was just standing there, like my coworkers, everybody in the kitchen was just standing there like just in shock, like that this woman took it upon herself to actually not just be a bystander, but do something about that. She understood that what was happening was just completely wrong, and she seriously had something to say to that dude. Oh, and I almost forgot. When I looked down at the tip on the little note that she left me, she tipped me $20. So not only did she leave me a kind note, something to lift up my spirits, she left me a tip, and not only did she leave me a tip, she stood up for me. And I didn't even get the chance to say thank you. She was in and out so quick. I don't even know her name. I don't know who she is. I just hope maybe one day she comes back in and I can see her, because I will remember her face and just thank her myself, because that's incredible. Like, not all heroes wear capes, you guys. And if you see something like that happening, a big part of me wanted to share this story to let you guys know, don't just be a bystander. If you see someone being not just, you know, a racist situation, but you see someone being bullied, you see someone, you know, being put in an uncomfortable situation, say something, do something. Don't just stand there and watch it or record it. That's not helpful to you or that person. Right is right, wrong is wrong. We know the difference as adults.